Hey guys, just watching the Djokovic Federer match. Already there's been breaks. Federer had this chance to go 5-1 up, didn't take it, was even missed an easy volley, missed an easy forehand. Like really unlike him. The beginning he started so well. Djokovic really didn't look like he had any rhythm. And now all of a sudden, Djokovic has turned it around. Looks like Federer doesn't have any rhythm. Complete change of momentum here. And now I'm betting for Djokovic to take the set, just because I think it's going to be on Federer's mind. The fact that he's had a chance to close out the set, to have a double break. Now it doesn't look like it's going to happen. What do you guys think? Actually, it's the first time I'm doing a live stream, so still learning. Are you guys watching the match right now? Are you following it on the score? Big exchange here. 30-15, 4-5.
Terrific.
Djokovic's backhand cross court is just so strong, and that's, I think, that's where he's going to be catching out Federer, whether Federer is going to be able to stay in those backhand to backhand rallies against Djokovic. I think he really needs to get onto that forehand as early as possible. Once he gets into that backhand cross, I just don't see him beating Federer. What do you guys think? Who's got the best backhand at the moment on the ATP Tour?
3 games in a row.
So it's 5-all now. Federer against Djokovic. Federer was 4-1 up against Djokovic. And he had break points to go 5-1 up. And then on deuce, he had an easy volley that he missed. So really a big momentum swing here for Djokovic. I think this could almost even decide the match, because really, even at the beginning, I always thought that even before the match, I thought that Federer's best chance would be if he was to win the first set, maybe somehow scramble for the second set, because if he goes down in a set, because he's had those injury problems, because he's been, in his last match, he had a tough one to come through. So now I just, I think Sangren took a lot out of him, but I just don't think he's got the fitness levels to come back from being a set down or 2 sets down. So he almost needs to win an early set here in order to give himself a chance. Otherwise, Federer might have to do another one of these lucky escapes. I mean, it's been an amazing tournament for him so far.
Hit it further up the block anyway.
Big game here, 5-all. First set. Again, remember, Federer was 4-1 up, so it's crucial, this game. He really needs to step up here. Big forehand cross. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed the backhand down the line, but I thought it was the right play. He does need to do something with it. He doesn't want to get into those long backhand to backhand exchanges. I think that was the right shot for him to go for it. Really needs to go and hit that backhand line early, turn up the pace and then try and get around on the forehand. Because don't forget, when he goes line, when Federer does go line, he goes into Djokovic's forehand, who then will naturally try and play into the open space cross court. And then Federer can get into a forehand-to-forehand rally rather than a backhand-to-backhand. He's missing that backhand line, though. He's missing that backhand line, and it's costing him.
It's bounced in front of him. A ground stroke. This is huge moments here. 5-2 up in the set, remember, Federer.
Thank you. Thank you.
So 15-40 now. Federer serving 5-all, 15-40. Big point here. Like, Federer really needs to hold this game. I mean, Djokovic is literally he's taken momentum completely. So he needs to get in. Oh, that's a beautiful point. So Federer just got in. He likes that little drop shot volley. I think that's a good play against Djokovic. He doesn't want to give Djokovic the opportunity to pass him from the back. He needs to make him play kind of touchy-feely shots. So if he can come in and play a short one, bring Djokovic in, he's got a chance there. So I think he's playing the correct way, just missing that backhand line in order to get in. Unfortunately, I can't show the actual match because it's being streamed obviously by Australian Open, and they are very tight on their copywriting and stuff. So I don't want to get the channel banned. Even I did a match analysis of Roger Federer against Sangren, and I had like 3 or 4 snippets of 5 seconds from the match inside the analysis, and YouTube banned it. So they blocked the whole video. It was like a 20-minute long video with 30 seconds of footage, and YouTube blocked my video. So that was a little bit unfair, I felt. Well, Federer's back to deuce here. He's serving. He's got a chance here again. Like if he can get a hold, like I think he really needs to get through like a tough game to really feel like, okay, to make him believe again. Because right now, it's all with Djokovic. Oh, he's playing the right way. He's just got a big forehand. Came into the net. Djokovic went the wrong way.
82 from 16 on break points against Raonic.
Yeah, Djokovic has steamrolled through Raonic in the earlier rounds, so really been doing quite well. So 5-all, add to Federer. Came forward, big volley to put it away. So he's 6-5 up. So Federer 6-5 up. He really needed that long game to come through to feel like, he's winning the scrap again, because before that, he obviously started really well, was 4-1 up, had points to go to 5-1, missed his opportunity, missed his chance, had an easy forehand that he missed. I wonder if playing Djokovic now, I wonder if that's playing on his mind a little bit. The Wimbledon where he had the match point, he approached, didn't hit a good approach, kind of didn't go for it. And I wonder if now it's kind of playing on his mind when he does get into those difficult situations. Does he have does he actually believe that he can beat Djokovic? And that's interesting. I don't know if he does. Here's a little stat for you guys. Did you know that the last time Federer beat Djokovic in a Grand Slam was in 2000? Well, since 2012, he hasn't beaten him. So Federer hasn't beaten Djokovic in a Grand Slam since 2012. That's 8 years he hasn't beaten him in a Grand Slam. He's beaten him at some ATP World Tour Finals matches and stuff, but he hasn't beaten him over a 5-set match. And I know he had that chance at Wimbledon where he should have won, but all the other times, Djokovic has taken the match. So Federer really needs to do well here. And, obviously he's chasing that record of 21 Grand Slams. So he does want to do well. Right, so Djokovic serving here, 6-5 down. Who's watching the match, guys? Have you got it live streamed? Or an easy error here from Federer. Again, it's that backhand letting him down, that backhand cross court. And I think Djokovic will want to get into a lot of those backhand cross court rallies against Federer, because I feel like he has got the stronger backhand out of the two. I think Federer's got the better forehand. So it'll be interesting to see whether Federer can get around the back and get into that inside-out forehand to go into the backhand of Djokovic, force him maybe to go line so he can switch it around and get into that forehand-to-forehand rally, which is where Federer wants to be. Nice little... Oh, he's gone line. He's gone backhand line here, and I think he's got it. So Federer is forcing play to go down a line on that backhand, which is what I said. It's a good idea for him to go, not to get into those backhand cross-court rallies. He's gone early down the line with the backhand, and it's worked great for him. 25 winners Federer's hit in the match already, with only 5 to Djokovic. So Federer's really, brought his A game to the court, which is great. But he just let it slip away when he was 4-1 up. But I think he's regained it now. It looks like he's back. Slicing early to go line. Good. I like that. So he's going forehand cross now. Hitting into that forehand of Djokovic with a slice. Making him lift up on that ball. Oh, it's a floaty one. He's made it. Big rally here. 15-all, 5-6. Djokovic serving. Big rally. Djokovic slightly ahead, I'd say, in the rally, and Federer's missed a slice wide. He had an opportunity there, Federer, just didn't quite go for it. I just felt like he was a little bit defensive in that rally.
Federer takes a bit of pace off that slice to the Djokovic backhand. And compare the quality of the backhand compared to when Federer does the same thing to the forehand.
So you don't have to watch it if you don't want. You can, obviously, we're here to discuss the match. We're tennis fans. We love tennis. This is the channel. So I'm watching the match. I'm watching the match with you guys. Hopefully, if you're watching it too, then join me in watching it. We can be having a little discussion about what's going on.
I just wonder on this serving to the right.
So 6-5 up now. Federer 30-all. Djokovic just missed. It's a big point. If Federer can take a point here, it's at 30-all. Obviously, he's then got the set point. It'll be interesting if he'll be a bit more aggressive this time. Now, Djokovic has been serving unbelievably well throughout the whole tournament. I looked at some of his stats. His average service percentage is incredible. Oh, saying that he's just hit an ace. Unbelievable. Djokovic has been serving. I can actually pull up the stats. He had in his previous matches, his first serve average speed is higher than both Federer and Nadal by quite a big margin. His first serve win percentage is higher than both of those as well. So he's really been serving unbelievably well in the tournament, but he hasn't done so yet against Federer. And actually, that was the first time we saw two big serves from him to hold out the game. Obviously, big game, 5-6. He pulled it out when he needed it.
Which surprises me.
Pray for Federer. We do. I mean, it'd be, how many Grand Slams do you think Federer has left in him? I think he's been quite lucky to get through the matches that he did get through to get to the semifinals. He had those. He had the two tough 5-setters. Ended up getting through them. Can he do it again against Djokovic?
Brilliant.
Wow, Djokovic backhand. See, Djokovic is now being more aggressive, and I think this is where Federer needs to do something here. He's giving Djokovic a chance to hit it. He needs to stay aggressive. He needs to keep going for it, and he needs to get into his forehand. So it's 6-all, 2-love to Djokovic serving in the tiebreak. Big serve again from Djokovic and force Federer to hit a pretty floaty return, which Djokovic attacked to Federer's backhand, and Federer missed the down the line. I don't think that was the down the line shot that he should have gone for. I think going down the line, definitely Federer should be doing, but not on the shots that are not open. So he should be staying in the rally and then going line when he's on it. Really needs to have two big points here with good serves. Federer would be great to get some cheap points here. If he had two cheap points to get back to 3-2. Oh, but he's missed that first serve. Second serve, 3-love to Djokovic in the tiebreak. Again, Federer's gone early down the line, forced Djokovic to play a defensive shot off that forehand, and then he came in with a forehand down the line. I think that's the play for Federer, to go cross, try and stay in the rally, so neutralize play with either a slice or a deep backhand, and then go to the forehand with the backhand, force Djokovic to go back to the forehand so he can get into those forehand rallies. And because Djokovic is not waiting for it, because it's quite a tough shot when you hit aggressive down the line, you can't cover the angles. So Djokovic there again was struggling, and that gives Federer the chance to attack with his forehand. He needs to do that. Again, he's quite behind in this rally, Federer. That's it. He's got a deep slice, and that's what he needs to do, get back into that neutral rally situation. Oh, no, Federer missed the easy slice. Still, even there, felt like, so it's 4-1 now to Djokovic in the tiebreak of the first set. Even there, I felt that Djokovic is on top of the rally, like Federer's defending. Federer's not, he's not hitting his shots. He's just staying in the rally, and that's it's an issue. He's not playing aggressive enough. He started the match aggressive. He started the match going for his shots. He's hit already like 25 winners or something. They showed on the screen, but right now he's not playing that way. Big ace from Djokovic to go 5-1 up. Really stepped up. He's serving again, and that's always a problem. Like, Djokovic has been serving so well in the whole tournament, but now 5-1 to Djokovic, and he's got another serve. Really needs to get a good return here.
8-4 he was down in the Champions tiebreak. So didn't count him out yet, but he's got a long way to go.
Something that you don't really associate Djokovic with, right? If you're kind of think about Djokovic, you think of him being a solid player from the baseline, guy who just grinds matches down and just doesn't miss, strong, powerful, but not as a big server. But you forget how good his serve actually is. He's 6'2", he's tall, and he hits a fast serve. He really gets up in the numbers, which you don't really realize, but he does have a big serve, Djokovic. So imagine playing him, big serve, and a guy who doesn't break down from the back. It's a deadly situation. Great little chip from Federer, but Djokovic got there and played a little drop shot. He's so calm on those shots there. Incredible play from Djokovic. So he's 5-1 up. Federer played an incredible chip, and I think it's quite a good play against Djokovic. Bring him in, make him come forward, get away from that backhand to backhand exchange. But Djokovic just got there and played a little drop shot, little dink, little touch. Incredible. 6-1 to Djokovic in the tiebreak. Don't see Federer coming back from this one. He didn't even run for that. Wow, Djokovic just hit a return. Federer didn't even move. I think he kind of accepted his fate, decided, right, I'm not going to get there. Like, I save my energy for the next set. That's what it kind of looked like. Wow, so first set has gone, and it's 7-6 to Djokovic. So guys, are you watching the match at the moment like me? What do you think so far? Who do you think will win at the moment? Djokovic is a setup. Federer had a chance. He was 4-1 up against Djokovic. He started the match incredibly well. He started the match going for his shots. He started the match in control, and he's let that momentum slip. He's let the match slip away a little bit. And I don't know. I mean, Federer, he is known for being mentally strong. He is known for coming back from sticky situations. So don't count him out of it. He can still come back and produce good tennis. He needs to take a little break now and refresh, reset. And I think that's a big difference between, I guess, the top players out there and the guys who are outside the big three, or maybe top five. I know like Thiem is doing incredibly well, Zverev is doing well, but those guys are so good at kind of letting go and resetting. And if things are not going their way, they will just take a breather and start again and kind of treat it as a fresh set. Where I feel like some of the other guys outside of those, the top five, I guess, when things don't go their way, it can kind of spiral out and go down. It's a downhill battle. Whereas for someone like Federer, I think he can reset and he can restart and he can come back and do well. He really needs a good start here in the second set, because if he doesn't have a good start, he will struggle. Also, there's been a medical, I think, on the court. It looks like Djokovic is receiving some kind of treatment. I think something to do with his hand. I don't think.
You obviously had the break points in the very opening game of that first set on Federer serve. Federer having chosen to serve. How important that might have been had Djokovic broken there. And with all the breaks of serve, not like.
So there's been a lot of breaks of serve at the moment. So there's Federer obviously had chances to go double break up at 4-1. Then Djokovic had a chance to break him straight away when Federer started. So it's been a match of a lot of breaks, and
I think conditions suit us well here.
A little interview from Federer right now.
Probably something to do with
talking about the conditions.
Speed,
In generally, I think courts at Australian Open are quite bouncy. Actually, they're a little bit more bouncy than US Open. I mean, I played it in 2009 or 2010, so many years ago, 10 years ago now. I played the qualifying there, ended up losing to a Russian player called Kudryavtsev. I think it was 100 in the world or something like that. So that was my Australian Open.
5 Wimbledons, 3 US Opens, of course, with his sole French rival like Federer, but we all know the reason for that. Nadal's staggering dominance.
Also depends, I guess, what how hot it is out there. If it's hot, the balls fly a little bit more. If it's kind of cooler conditions, it slows things down a little bit. So I think for Federer, he wants it hot. He wants balls flying. He wants to keep the rally short. He doesn't want to get into those long backhand-to-backhand exchanges. So it looks like they're going to be restarting. So Djokovic took a little break. I think was an injury timeout. I am watching and briefing and giving you my take on the match. I would be showing you the match, but if you can get the stream up, there are stream websites that you can use to have a look, get a stream up, watch the match live.
Required from us to come up with the best game in order to win against each other. I mean, Wimbledon last year, at 2 match points, he was 1 shot away from winning that match. So it's not like I've been dominating, the matchups. I mean,
it looks like Federer has just gone off court as well.
As you said,
so maybe it's because, I guess they get a little break.
You know that he's always going to play on such a high level. I mean, regardless of the surface, and he loves to play this kind of matches, big rivalries, semis, finals of Grand Slams. I mean, he's probably going to confirm that's probably the biggest reason why he's still competing, to be able to compete at the Grand Slams against best players in the world.
So guys, now 7-6 to Djokovic. Djokovic is starting. So because Federer elected to serve at the start of the match, now Djokovic gets to serve at the start of this set. Already 15-love. Federer missed an easy backhand. Starting to hit a few unforced errors there, Federer. But I think he really needs to have a good start here. He doesn't want to let Djokovic feel like he's back in control. Still wants to maintain that pressure, and I think that's important always at the start of a set. If you've lost the set before, if you start off and you don't get into the match, it can become a tough battle. Federer's missing his 2 unforced errors, I'd say, at the moment, to start the set off. Just looks a little bit sloppy. I don't know if he's feeling injured or not. Doesn't look like he's moving that well. Maybe in the slow-mo they showed that he was actually moving okay. It looks like he just mistimed the ball. So 30 love now, first game in the second set. Djokovic serving. Missed that first serve. So now's a chance for us. This is where Federer, I think, should step in now and do something with that return. I don't know if you missed the days when Federer was doing his saber attack. Do you remember that? When the saber was big, and he in 2017 when he beat Rafa, and he was stepping forward on every second serve and even first serve sometimes, and running in, forcing play. I think that was great. I don't feel like Federer's doing that anymore. I think he needs to get back to that, get closer to the baseline, do the saber.
He was 12 from the last
ask the question.
That era, Djokovic.
40-15 to Djokovic now. Djokovic just missed a forehand, went for it. I mean, he was 40 love. It's like, you know what? I might as well take a little swipe at it and see what happens. Missed it. So if you're not watching it, guys, you can get the match up on somewhere on a stream. If you Google, Australian Open streams, I'm sure you can find somewhere. Or watch on TV on Eurosport. I don't have Eurosport at home, so I'm watching it on my computer with you guys. So it's 1-love to Djokovic. Good hold from him.
I think was only in the net less than a dozen times as we look at the error downtown Melbourne. And I think he needs to come in if he possibly can a bit more. I know Djokovic is a wonderful passer.
I'll be right back, guys. And I am back. Really sorry. Work for their points, so you don't want to have quick points.
If you don't give up, and if the Indian Rhino can make a comeback, so can my bookstore. Incredible India. Relax. Recharge. Rejoice. Enjoy amazing Thailand like never before. Fly non-stop smoothly to Thailand.
Labour sitting on Rod Laver again. Federer. Openly, so many times saying Laver was a hero of his growing up. Tears and floods of tears when the Rocket presented with the trophy recently. Against it here.
Please, back of the court. Thank you.
Can he afford to go 2 sets down second serve?
Yes, he probably didn't think so in the opening set, mind you. Losing it twice.
I can't turn the camera for the match, guys, just letting you know, because of copywriting. Obviously, I don't want Australian Open to ban this feed, so unfortunately, I can't turn on the live stream, but you can find a live stream online. I'm sure you'll be able to find one, like I'm watching right now. So Djokovic just got a hold there. So it looks like it's 3-2 to Djokovic in the second set, on serve at the moment.
To jest prawdziwe jedzenie. Ryba z pieca z brokułami. Prosta, smaczna i prosta. To aplikacja.
So guys, who do you think will win the match? Do you think Federer's got it in him to make a comeback? Do you think he can get back after losing that first set, after being 4-1 up, having break points to go 5-1, double break up? missing easy forehands, missing an easy volley. Obviously ended up losing the tiebreak. Can Federer bounce back and win the match? I mean, at the moment it's going on serve in the second set. It's currently 3-2 to Djokovic. So Djokovic is winning, but it's on serve. And Federer has been serving well. He's served 10 aces already this match. Djokovic at the moment, I think 5. Okay, so it looks like they are back, and Federer is serving. First point, big serve from Federer. He's come forward, forced Djokovic to make a passing shot, and Djokovic has missed his passing shot in the net. And I think that's the play that Federer needs to do a lot more of. He needs to get into that net. He needs to force Djokovic to do something. He needs to force him to make the error. Who's got the live feed on? Who's watching the match? Are you watching it maybe on TV? You can watch it through Eurosport. I think you can also watch it on Amazon. I'm watching it on live stream. I'm watching it online in a little box. I'm talking to you guys about the match. So Federer had the first set, but somehow he felt pressured and couldn't finish. Now I don't see Federer winning the match. Yes, I'd have to agree. It didn't look like he was that pressured. I mean, he was pressured, yes. But he was playing well, and Djokovic wasn't doing well. Djokovic didn't have the best of starts. I know he had the chance to break Federer right at the beginning, but as the match progressed, Federer was the better player. He was playing well, and I felt Djokovic was missing. He was getting frustrated, and I thought that was the time for Federer. If he could have just held his nerve a little bit there and held with it and got that double break, things would have been a lot different now. You never know. He's getting forward, though, which is good. He's coming forward, and he's doing that drop shot volley tactic, and I think that's a great tactic. If he can come in, play a short volley, little dink volley, even if Djokovic gets there, he has to play something incredible. Great hands from Federer, and that wasn't an easy ball because Djokovic absolutely went for it down the line, and Federer just controlled the ball, made the ball short. It's 30-all, and Federer has just missed. So it's first break point of the set to Djokovic. Federer serving 30-40. Big point here. Big point for Djokovic. Needs a first serve here, Federer. If he can just get that first serve in, maybe he can get ahead in the rally. Oh, it's a big serve, but slightly wide. Second serve, a lot of pressure. Could see a double fault here even. To let. Oh, called it. He'll have to slow it down this time, I think. And I'm feeling that Djokovic is going to step in and belt this return. It's a big rally. And Djokovic has missed it. So Djokovic didn't go for his return. I thought he would have. He held back on that return, and he gave Federer the chance to attack first, and he forced Djokovic with the error.
It was there for Djokovic.
I've got your coffee here for you. It's for Belway. Drop that line. Don't worry, guys.
There's another deep hold from Federer. He's literally hanging in here.
So 3-all in the second set. Sorry, guys, I had to go off. I've got the builders at the moment at the house. So I am having to go and check on their work. I just don't want to miss the match. I don't want to miss the action. And it's great talking to you guys and seeing what you guys think. Djokovic is my favorite from India. Colo X. Isn't a drop shot not good in Australian Open due to bounce? Yes, the bounce is a little bit higher, but because the courts are quite grippy, so Australian Open I'd say has like the the grain on the paint, I think they're quite grippy. So they, even though they bounce, they're not that superly fast. So if you can play enough slice on that drop shot, the ball doesn't go forward. So it's actually quite tough to get to balls. It's a little bit like doing a drop shot on clay. When you do a drop shot on clay, the ball stays. It doesn't go. Whereas on hard, you have to, the ball skids a little bit. And on Australian Open courts, it doesn't really skid that much. Well, when I played, that's how I found them, and actually makes the balls fluff up quite a bit as well. Obviously, with the pro matches, they change balls regularly. I think it's every 7 games. But like at the end of those few games, like the balls would get quite fluffy and they slow down, and that's why you get players who when they start playing, when they serve with new balls, the balls always fly a lot more, and when they play with like after a few games, the play slows down. It's a lot tougher to hold. 30-15 Djokovic here, 3-all. He's missed his first serve, and now I think is the chance again. Federer, just step in, get in there, do the little saber, please. That's what I want to see. I want to see him get into step into the court a little bit and take it away from Djokovic. I think this would be a perfect time. He's 30-15 down. It's in net cord. So Djokovic is feeling the nerves a little bit as well. Does Roger look strong to you? Well, he did at the beginning, but right now, he had a few sloppy errors. I feel like he really just needs to get into the match a little bit. And again, he's missing those shots. It just doesn't look like he just missed another easy forehand down the line. And it looks like he's not it's not that intense. It doesn't feel like he's as intense as I kind of expect for him to be. And I know he's got this relaxed technique and he's Federer, but I feel like he's just not very intense at the moment. So he made an approach there down the line, but he was pulled outside the court, so he had no chance to cover the angles. And Djokovic has just made a cross-court passing shot. So it's 4-3 to Djokovic in the second set. So it's 7-6 to Djokovic and 4-3 to Djokovic. And it's on serve at the moment. So the match is on serve. The set is on serve at the moment.
From challenger to champion.
Who was your favorite player, guys? What do you think of the other semi-final? Who do you think will win out of Thiem and Zverev? I know Thiem took out Rafa, obviously, incredible match. I watched some of the highlights there. I didn't see the match live, but the highlights, it looked like really high standard tennis. It looked like Thiem, like even having a look at the stats, Thiem was the more aggressive. He hit something like 75 winners and 40 unforced errors, and Rafa only hit 40 winners and 30 unforced errors. So it was hitting the ball a lot harder and going for a lot more. And it looks like that kind of play is paying off for players right now at Australian Open, like going for shots and playing aggressive tennis. I think for Federer, definitely, he doesn't want to get into those long rallies. He doesn't want to get tired, so he needs to step in and do something early, and I think that's where he needs to bring back the saber a little bit. Right, so we're back in the match. Federer is serving 4-3 down, needs to start the game well here,
especially if he does it the short league way.
Yes, because had he
15 love to Federer.
back, this would have been a really
did a little serve volley. I like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He needs to keep those points short. He needs to be aggressive. But he's behind in this rally already. 15 love. Oh, he's turned it around by getting on his forehand. He's going backhand cross court right now. Little slice down the middle. This is where I think he needs to just keep that slice a little bit better. But Djokovic went to his forehand early, and Federer just punished him with a forehand cross court. Like Federer's forehand cross court is probably the best in the well, it is the best in the world, I'd say. So if he can, get onto that shot and make a player go down the line to his forehand and expect it, he can really do some damage with that forehand. An ace here from Federer. Now he's 40 love up. So 3-4, 40 love to Federer. Can afford to swing away a little bit here. He's got a little head start in this game, so he can go for it, I think, just to close it out. I think that's what he'll do. He'll try and be aggressive here. Doesn't want to get into a long game. But Djokovic was the aggressive one. Thought, you know what, I'm 40 love down, I might as well swing away myself, and missed an easy return, Djokovic. So it's 4-all now, so 7-6 to Djokovic and 4-all going on serve. It's quite I mean, at the moment, I haven't really seen that many good rallies. I wouldn't say that it's a great match at the moment. They haven't, like, the mistakes have come early. I think both players, they don't look that settled. It doesn't look like a classic that we would have expected from these two. A lot of mistakes at the moment. They're both playing quite aggressive tennis, so both of them are going for their shots. But big return from Federer. And Djokovic, he usually serves and kind of bounces back and gives himself time, but there he got caught inside the court a little bit because of Federer's return. Federer made a big return deep, went straight down the middle into the feet of Djokovic and forced him to make a mistake. Great play from Federer. 15 love here, so love 15 on Djokovic's serve. Love 15. Second serve now. Again, Federer step in, use that backhand. Oh, he is stepping in. He's right inside that baseline. He's going for it. I think he heard me, but he hit a slice. Djokovic did have a good body serve. Oh, he's in trouble here, Federer. Nice defensive lob, but he's in trouble. Yeah, Djokovic put the ball away, 15-all. Yeah, he came forward, so he did look like he wanted to be aggressive on that return, Federer, but he didn't hit a good one. He hit a slice, and Djokovic took it on and took it out of his hands. So I think if you can use that, attack his second serve a little bit. The thing is, though, Djokovic has been serving second serves so well in the whole tournament, so his second serve speed is so high that it actually is almost like a first serve for some players. So it's not an easy second serve to return, Djokovic. So he's got a very good second serve, which you don't really maybe see on TV. Maybe you can't quite tell, but yeah, he has. So the real score is 7-6 to Djokovic in the first set and 4-all in the second set.
It is amazing.
And it's 30-all now. So Federer has just come in. Oh no, it's 40-15 to Djokovic. Sorry. So Federer has come forward on his return, but again, it was a slice cross score. He didn't have the angles. I really feel like he should be driving that backhand return.
I hope somebody's counting the net court.
Seems like Djokovic is going to win all the long rallies. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I think that's why Federer needs to get into the shorter ones. Big serve again from Djokovic to hold out the game. So Djokovic is now 5-4 up in the second set, 7-6, 5-4. Just big serving from Djokovic here. I feel like the chances that Federer had with, that first set is where he could have caused some damage, and I think that's where he could have maybe clinched even the match. If he won that first set, you never know, would have unsettled Djokovic, forced him to do a little bit more. Maybe would have been different. Now he's a set down, lost the first set, 7-6, and now he's 5-4 down in the second set, but it's on serve. So it'll be interesting to see how Federer responds coming back, after the break, and seeing whether he can serve to stay in the second set. Because if he goes 2 sets to love down, I'd put this match over. It's so this is pretty much this game is a match deciding game here. If Federer gets broken, he is. I don't see him making another comeback from 2 sets to love down against informed Djokovic, against someone who's, I'd say, the player of the tournament at the moment for me. Novak is broken. Kobe Bryant was a very good friend. Yes, it's terrible news about that. Yeah, but I mean, I hope it doesn't. It's not going through Djokovic's mind right now as he's playing. But yeah, how do you think the confidence levels of the two players are? So the score at the moment is 7-6 to Djokovic, 5-4 to Djokovic, and Federer serving love 15. Yeah, Federer was 5-2 up in the first set. He was also 4-1 up and break points to win, go double break and miss some easy shots. So he was dominating in the first set, but then all of a sudden something changed and he started missing. Okay, so it's 15-all here. A return mistake from Djokovic, forehand return mistake. So Federer hit a serve out wide at 15-all, and Djokovic missed an easy return, not like Djokovic. That's more like it. Going to the point now. Federer slicing to keep the ball low, but Djokovic is able to get around it on his forehand just because the slice wasn't good enough, and then Federer brought him in with a little chip. Djokovic didn't hit a great shot, but then Federer missed it into the net, so had a chance there to win the point. Djokovic didn't hit a great drop shot back. Federer just missed an easy backhand down the line. He was going over the higher part of the net, but I don't think he needed to hit the ball quite as well there. Big serve from Federer at 30-all. That's, if you think about it, that 30-all, he loses that point 30-40. That's pretty much match point. So even though it's a second set, if he gets broken here, he loses a set. I don't think he's coming back from 2 sets to love down. He really needs to win this set, Federer. Djokovic made a great return and Federer was nowhere on it. He just doesn't look sharp at the moment. Doesn't look like he's that sharp on his feet. Doesn't look intense to me, Federer. 5-4 Djokovic, second set, deuce. Federer serving. He needs a big serve here. Needs to do something good here against Djokovic. And I think he feels the pressure. He feels... Oh my goodness. Federer missed the volley. He was on a stretch, but he was there. He didn't even need to hit a good volley there. Oh my goodness. So he came forward, hit a pretty decent shot, and then Federer and Djokovic tried to pass him. Federer was on the stretch at the net, just needed to stick the racket out and make it, because Djokovic was out of the court. He was nowhere near it, but he missed it. So it's break point now. 5-4 down, break point to Djokovic. Federer serving second serve, a very big point. This is pretty much match point for me. Went into the forehand of Djokovic, surprising. He brought him in with a little drop shot, but Djokovic got there and breaks Federer to go 7-6, 6-4. Really surprising play there from Federer, doing a little drop shot on break point. I mean, that's surprising for me. So Federer... What's he doing? I mean, it was a decent drop shot, and Djokovic got there because he's Djokovic and he's fast. But what is Federer doing, drop shotting on that shot? Just, get into the rally, go for his shots, try and force play. But instead, he went for a little touchy shot and thought he could catch Djokovic out. But Djokovic was too strong as Djokovic. Wow, 2 sets to love down, guys. What do you think? Is there a chance for Federer to come back and make another one of his great comebacks? Who on earth would like Djokovic to win against Federer? Djokovic fans, I guess. Djokovic fans would like him to beat Federer. I'm sure he's got a few. I know Federer and Nadal are the crowd favorites usually, but that's also due to the fact that they've been around for longer than Djokovic. So I feel like they already got some of those fans that that were out there kind of looking for someone to support, and Djokovic came along and they were already with either Federer or Nadal. So I feel like Djokovic had a tough battle already trying to convince some fans to go off their idols, Federer and Nadal, and support him when he came onto the scene. So I feel like that's a little bit of why there's more people following Nadal and Federer, but they have had those big battles as well, and I guess their personalities as well. It's some people maybe prefer them. I'm not sure. No chance now. Only Team can stop Norway. Team still has to beat Zverev, and they will play tomorrow. Who knows, guys? Is the final on Saturday or Sunday? I haven't been able to find. I think it's Sunday, right? Is it the women's final on Saturday and then the men's final on Sunday? Am I correct? Yes, Federer lost the second set. He got broken. He played a drop shot on break point, and Djokovic got there to make the pass and break Federer. Disappointing from Federer. I don't think that was the right tactic. I guess if you do it well and you pull it off, people say it's a great tactic. That's what you should have done. If you miss it and you don't play it well, then you look silly. So that's what happened to Federer. A great backhand now from Federer. It was 15-love to Djokovic, who's down in the game, but Federer just hit a screamer backhand. That's more like it. I think Federer's now accepting fate. He's thinking, right, I'm probably going to lose. So now he's just swinging away and going for it. And this is where he can be dangerous. So if Djokovic doesn't close him out, and Djokovic just served an ace, so it's 30-15. But if Djokovic can close Federer out right now, if Djokovic can hit the shots and still keep playing the same way he was playing, then I think Federer will go down. It's 30-15 now, third set, first game, Djokovic serving. If Federer got a break here, it could give him a little lifeline. He could give him a little lifeline like he could, if he just got a little break, a little sneaky break at the start of the third, give him some hope, then he held out, then maybe he could still do something. So don't count him out yet, but, Federer missing the backhand return.
He's got to rough up Djokovic. This is the sharpest I've seen Djokovic all tournament.
40-15 Djokovic on serve.
And surely he can only do it with power.
And Djokovic serving out wide quite a bit. Federer's, he's just tried to come in on a shot he shouldn't really be in on. Kind of looks a bit desperate now. Looks like he's just not sure what to do, because I wouldn't say he's playing great. I don't think either of them have been playing great in particular. I don't think there's been some amazing exchanges that we've seen in the past. So it hasn't been a classic yet, but it could turn into that if Federer can pull something out here. Federer needs a break, needs to get into the set to still keep his dream alive.
It's got to be that good against Djokovic.
Wow, great serve from Federer going out wide and then putting the forehand away.
Degrees Celsius. Humidity, tolerable, 20-odd%.
Federer missing the forehand, so 50-0 now. Federer serving 50-0 at the moment. Going out wide with his serve again. I think he's favoring going into Novak Djokovic's forehand just because his backhand return is so deadly. It's very similar to someone like Murray. If you serve to his forehand, you've got a better chance of winning the point than if you serve to the backhand, because they're just so solid on that backhand side. And take the ball early. He's got the two-hander. A lot tougher for single-handers to hit those kind of returns, but for two-handers, big advantage, I guess, to to have the two hands on the return. 30 all now. Federer. And Djokovic is looking to kind of close out the match here. If he can get a break, I don't think Federer is going to have the belief to come back from a breakdown, 2 sets down. I don't think we're going to see a comeback if Federer gets broken here early. I still feel like Federer could still do something here. It's Federer. Come on, he doesn't give up. Just doesn't look like he's moving that fast, but he just hit an incredible forehand down the line, was pushed out wide, and this is more like it. Like that's going to give him a bit of confidence, and I think like Federer needs to get a little pumped up here. He needs to like show a bit of emotion. Needs to get into it. Like big shot there from Federer down the line to win the 30-all point. And he's come in again, and Djokovic missed the passing shot. 1-all, new balls. So Djokovic will be serving new balls. And this is dangerous. So when a player receives new balls and they're serving with new balls, one of two things can happen. An easy hold, because the balls are flying very fast, or it could be that you could be missing first serves long because the balls are flying faster and you're used to having slightly slower balls. So players sometimes like new balls and sometimes they hate new balls. In this case, I think it'll help Djokovic because he's been serving well the whole tournament. So new balls, I think, will give him something extra. So I think I could see a quick hold here for Djokovic. But they got into the rally. Djokovic is on top of the rally. Federer is getting there, slicing to keep in the rally, but missed the slice long. And again, it's those new balls flying a little bit more. So he needs to keep the ball a bit lower on that slice. I feel like Federer's slices are floating a little bit as well. Doesn't look like, because usually he slices so well. He's known for having the best slices in the world, I guess. And he just hasn't been slicing that well, I don't think. He's again behind in this rally, but hit a great slice down the line. Djokovic is hitting that backhand line so strong, and Federer just looks sluggish there. It doesn't look to me like he's moving that well. It looks like he's just reaching for balls. Almost looks a little frustrated now, like he's ready to throw the towel in. Come on, Federer, don't, you're still in it.
He's won 22 of his last 27 serving points since the start of the second set.
So Djokovic, they said, has won 22 out of 27 serving points since the start of the second set. Oof. Djokovic just missed one. 30-15 to Djokovic. 1-all, 30-15. Who's watching the match, guys? Have you got the live stream, or are you watching on TV?
Yeah, he pulled up there too.
40-15 to Djokovic. So what do I think about the other semifinals? I think that I think Thiem will win. Personally, I just think that he's had a great win against Rafa. He's playing well. I don't know about Zverev. Zverev hasn't. He's been playing. He played well this tournament so far, so he's been playing well as well. But I've seen Zverev get a little bit frustrated at times. Now it's semifinals, so I guess he's, both players are playing well. Both players have a chance here. I don't know. It's a tough one. I know what I do know is Djokovic is beating Federer right now, and he's just hit an ace at 1-all, 40-30. So he's 2-1 up now against Federer. So it's 2 sets to love, 7-6, 6-4, and 2-1 up against Federer. Federer will announce his shock retirement after this loss. I don't think so. I don't think he's quite ready yet to retire, because he's still making semis and he's still in and amongst them. It also depends on his fitness levels. Like if Roger is feeling injured, like if he's got a groin injury, obviously he's picked one up against Sangren where he had to go off court. So maybe he's still feeling that, and that could be the reason why he's not as sharp. So that could be why we're seeing this kind of, it looks a little bit sluggish on the court, honestly. Like it doesn't look like he's moving that well, and that could be the reason. So if, imagine if he is fit and he is feeling strong, maybe he's still got a chance. So, and you're never going to quite count him out of Wimbledon as well. So I still feel like he's got a Wimbledon in him. Maybe this year, maybe Federer could win a Wimbledon this year, because if you can just win a few more Grand Slams, I feel like maybe he feels like he can keep the other guys from reaching his record. But I do feel like that record is going to get broken now with Djokovic and Nadal so close, and I think Djokovic could even do it here. Obviously, Djokovic is going to be in the final, and I would put my money on Djokovic beating either team or Zverev in the final. So if Djokovic wins this, that's Djokovic with another slam to me. Like, that's what I think. So Federer just came into the net now to finish off the point in the second set. In the third set, he's 2-1 down. Remember, 15 love now. Great play from him. Approach shot, come in, easy volley put away. Hi from Greece. Love watching you guys on the insights. Yes, we do have another channel, Top Tennis Training. So this is more for like match analysis and reviews and slow motion footage. If you've seen some of our stuff, we travel to tournaments. We try and record some slow motion stuff for you guys to watch. If you're coaching, you can use it in your coaching sessions or just to improve your own game. So Federer, 30 love here. 1-2, 40 love, ace from Federer. So he's still going for it. You could get a hold here and make it 2-all.
Over his average for the tournament. His best effort was 16 in the third round. That marathon against Millman. 4 hours and 3 minutes.
That's another ace. So he's just done ace. So Federer's really putting out all the stops. He's going for his serves, and it's paying off. So they've already played for an hour and 21 minutes. And it's already 2-all in the third set. I feel like the sets have gone pretty quick. I don't feel like there's been that many long rallies. I don't feel like it's been a classic. And I feel like both players can still do better. I think we could see some good tennis still if it gets tight in this set. And if Federer can edge something, he needs to have like a few tight games so that he wins to start believing like he can turn this around. And maybe Djokovic to get a little bit tight. That's what we kind of want. If that can happen, then yes, and that could be a chance here. So he's 15 love up now. So love 15 from Djokovic. It's a good sign for Federer because he hasn't really been up in Djokovic's service games for quite a while. He's always kind of started down, and he's just always chasing in these games.
Slicing the backhand slowly.
Did Federer have any chances of winning? Yes, at the beginning, Federer was 4-1 up and break points to go 5-1 double break, but got broke. Didn't take his chances, got broken and lost the set.
Seeing the ball so big.
Oh, we didn't have a lawsuit. We just we spoke to the ATP. It was we had a footage of so me and Federer, we had a practice session, and we published it on our Top Tennis Training channel. And at the time we were releasing a course with David Ferrer, and the ATP didn't like the fact that we advertised David Ferrer course at the end of the session with Federer, and I think Federer's camp weren't happy with it. So we had a little meeting. We took the video down. And we took that part out. So, and we don't have any ads running on that video as well. So I think they just wanted to protect Federer's image. Not that, it did that, that much for him. But yeah, that was, it all went okay. I think that's finished now. Do you think Federer has proved doping? I don't think Federer's doping. I really don't see it. Just don't think Federer is doping.
What was Djokovic doing? He was feeding a baby.
Oh, Federer.
We got
Federer
this
just
screaming
missed an
1-2.
easy pass here. He had so much time. I think he almost was surprised the fact that he had so much time. And another ace
So
from
good.
Djokovic, just serving so
measured,
well.
so calm.
And Federer is walking with his head down. He just looks like he.
Squeezing.
I just don't.
More out of this
He
semi-final.
needs to get a bit of fire out of him. Somebody needs to go there and say, "Come on, Rog. If we want to see a classic, if we want to see a good match here, Federer needs to get a little bit more pumped up because at the moment he hasn't been getting pumped up at all, which is disappointing."
To wszystko jest w cenie.
Niesamowite. Aluminiowe felgi, reflektory LED. Są w Grandland X.
How many Grand Slams do you think Djokovic can win in his career? Write down your thoughts. Put a number down. How many do you think Djokovic can win in his career? How many Grand Slams? Federer's on 20. Nadal is on 19. Let me just see. I think he's on 19. He's on 19, yes. So Federer 20, Nadal 19, Djokovic 16. So all players very similar. If Djokovic wins this Grand Slam, he'll be on 17. So 20, 19, 17. He's only 3 behind Federer, but with many years more in the bank and playing incredible, I don't quite see a lot of players beating him. So Federer just came in, got lobbed. Really good lob by Djokovic.
This is one of the reasons why he is under that sort of pressure with that kind of anticipation and the skill on defense.
Tried to go for through the legs, hot dog, but missed.
Net court. Sorry, I'm going to
Federer.
record of my repeating, but I've never seen.
Guys, have you all subscribed to our channel? Have you subscribed to Love Tennis? Have you subscribed to Top Tennis Training, our coaching channel? We are trying to grow that. We're trying to become the biggest in the world. We're very close at the moment. So join our other channel, Top Tennis Training, if you're playing tennis and you want to get some good tutorials, some good lessons. We also hold clinics at the moment. We do clinics in, we've got one coming up in Indian Wells. If any of you are traveling to Indian Wells, you can join us. We've still got 2 spots out of 16 left, so you can join us on that. So it's 15 all now, 2-3, 2 sets to love, down, Federer serving, 2-3 down, 15 all. He's coming in with the drive volley and forced Djokovic to make a mistake there. We're thinking about going to Monte Carlo this year. We'll definitely be at Indian Wells. US Open, I think we'll also go to. So if your guys are at any of those tournaments, you might even be able to meet us. Both me and Simon from Top Tennis Training. We've also got a fitness course that's coming out soon. If you are a player and you want to improve your fitness, we've got Fitness for Tennis coming out. So Djokovic lost the last point, sloppy forehand. Federer 40-15 needs a serve here. It's a rare occasion that Djokovic misses sloppy balls like that, but Federer does need to hold here to keep his dreams alive. Big return from Djokovic. It's moving so slowly, Federer. Gee, I think he's definitely injured. He just looks injured, Federer. Doesn't quite look like he's moving well to that forehand at all. He's like, he's giving up almost. Like if just looking at the slow motion, just looks like he's looks like he's injured.
He might make just a further quick step towards.
I think Federer's injured. I don't think he's moved. He's injured.
Challenging it. It was definitely going wide before yet another let call. Has it diverted in or deflected in?
Djokovic with a challenge. It's in. First serve. .40-30 here. They're in the long rally, and Federer he went down a line, but that shot was not on. Even if he would have got that,
First juice game of the
Djokovic was there. Federer, he's just missing so many balls. It's so frustrating because I love him. I love watching him.
Last time there was one, Federer got broken to lose the second set.
It's just missing. He's just sloppy and not moving well at the moment. And I feel like whenever there's a long rally and they get into those long rally exchanges, I just don't feel like he just hasn't got much on the shots. He's got a forehand, but he's just tapping it back, and Djokovic is smashing it.
The fact that Federer may just be suffering a wee bit as he stretches to his right.
This could very well be the breaking point.
This is the breaking point. 3-2 down. 3-2 down. Break point down. Federer needs a big first serve, and he's missed it. Second serve now. Djokovic is stepping in. Although Djokovic, I feel now, he doesn't even need to force it. He doesn't even need to do too much. He's just going to get into the rally because he's winning all the long rallies. So he's like, as long as I can start moving Federer, I'll move him side to side. He's just killing him. Federer's injured. Federer's not moving. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls out. Okay, we won't pull out of respect, I think, just because it's like.
No. 4 points in a row. That's magnificent from Djokovic.
So Djokovic now break up 7-6, 6-4, 4-2, and Federer looking like he is injured. He's not moving well to his forehand side, his main side. So if whenever he goes down a line and he forces Djokovic to play a cross-court forehand, he needs to be there hitting a good forehand back, but he's just not there. He can't get there with his legs. I think he's injured, so no way back now for Federer. His odds have just gone considerably down. He's just going for it now. I mean, he played a good point there, but how many of those has he got in him?
Only he knows at the start of the match how his body felt and everything. Maybe should have come in more. First set, look to do it more. Shorten the points, save the body.
So even the commentators are saying he should have shortened the points and saved the body a little bit. But I don't feel like they've had that many long points. I don't feel like they've had so many. Well, he's coming in now. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like the Federer that we know. So Federer has just come in from, so he's 4-2 down and 15 love to Federer. And they got into a long rally. Federer came in down a line with his forehand and then put the ball away with a backhand volley, which is the kind of play that he needs to do. He needs to keep points short. He needs to force play. And if Djokovic can come out with something, well, too good, well done, he's not going to beat him from the baseline with long exchanges, especially while injured. The problem is, though, he's just not getting on top of the rallies to come in. Like, even there, he's just not getting on top of the rallies. And Djokovic is not letting him get into, settle down into the match. Djokovic is playing too well for Federer right now in order for Federer to come in. What do you think of Djokovic's outfit? Green. I love the way that green Asics have matched with Lacoste. I like that little outfit. Oh, Federer. Sloppy forehand. Come on. Worried face from Federer's wife. She knows that obviously you can see that Federer is either in pain or well, he definitely is, I think, in pain. And actually interesting to hear that Federer skipped practice yesterday. He didn't even practice, I think, yesterday. And usually players like to get on court and practice the day before in that, even a little one. But I heard that Federer didn't show up for practice, and it's possible that he practiced elsewhere. He practiced away from the crowds and just wanted some time to work on some things. And maybe if he was feeling injured, he didn't want to show it to anyone. So it's possible. Or it's possible that he was so injured that he actually thought, wow, my body's just not up for doing anything else. So
relentless.
And even there, Federer, he hit the return. He was pulled out wide. He didn't even run for his forehand. Like he was, it's just, 5-2 Djokovic now. I think I think this match for me is pretty much over. Had that chance at the beginning, I think. And the thing is, this is it. So had Federer won that first set, and I know he's feeling injured now, but when you're up and you are, you've got the chance to win the match and achieve greatness kind of thing, then adrenaline will take over. And yes, he may hurt afterwards a lot, and I don't know how ready he'd be for the final, but at least he would have carried on, and I think it would have been a different match, because now he's so down, he feels so out of it that I think he probably feels like he's not going to be able to come back anyway. So it's like, what's the point of ripping your body to pieces when there's other Grand Slams in the year? But I think if he was up and he was winning, I think he'd find a way to push himself through that pain barrier and get through this match. But right now, I don't see a way back for Federer. 5-2 down, Djokovic serving the way that he's serving, Federer injured, not able to get onto his forehand. I mean, it's tough. I mean, So Federer now serving to stay in the match, 2-5, big serve. Playing a lot of drive volleys, actually. So Federer comes in to play a drive volley.
Diving this way and that, getting these rockets back.
Where I'm from London, so from England, UK. I used to be a player. I used to play. I think my top ranking was 260 ATP. I played Australian Open once. I played US Open once. Played Wimbledon 3 times. So played a few tournaments. Stopped playing now, and now we have a coaching channel called Top Tennis Training. You can find us on YouTube, and that's what I do now. And love tennis, of course. Oh, wow, return from Djokovic. So Federer just served a big serve into Djokovic's backhand, and Djokovic just ripped backhand down the line. It's 30-all. I think it's pretty much make or break here from Federer. And I don't know how much Federer's thinking, look, you know what, if I get broken here, it's all over. Like, does he think that there's still a chance in his mind if he's injured? Djokovic just went for a big return there. I'm surprised that Djokovic kind of slapped the ball there, because he just needs to make Federer play right now, and Federer will self-destruct almost because he's injured and he's forcing it. But Djokovic went for it, I guess. Big serve there from Federer. That's the thing. If you can focus on the serve and just get a few first serves in, maybe he doesn't have to run too much.
Well, the serve without question has been asked.
So he's just held Federer there. Djokovic just misses backhand down the line. Now Djokovic is going to serve for the match, 5-3. I don't see Federer breaking here. I mean, it's all or nothing now. What would you do? Would you play aggressive and come in? Thank you for following us. Yes, you should definitely follow our channel, Top Tennis Training and Love Tennis. Top Tennis Training is all about tutorials and tennis and learning tennis and try and teach. And this channel is more about the pro players and watching the matches and analyzing matches and things. Big serve from Djokovic is challenging it. It was an ace, but Djokovic is challenging it. It was called out. Could it be in? I think it is in. It's in. Wow. So this is now whether Federer moved for it and was he distracted by the call? Will they replay it, or was it going to count as an ace? It counts as an ace. So Federer had no chance in the umpire's opinion. I don't think Federer has a problem with that. I don't think he moved. Big serve from Djokovic. Big ace out wide. Federer again didn't even move for it. So haven't even been playing for it for 2 hours yet, and already Djokovic is 30 love up, 5-3 up, 2 sets to love up. Big backhand by Djokovic down the line, but Federer's on it. Here we go. Federer won that point. That's how he should have been playing the whole match.
Have any chance of winning a point at the moment?
That's what he should have been doing from the start.
Yes, this is upping
Big
the
point.
ante. Otherwise,
Big point from
it was
Federer.
3 match points.
Let's see if he can win this point with another big one. This is me being optimistic. If he can just win another point with a big one here, then 30 all, who knows? Is there a way back? Come on, Rog. Is there a way back for Rog? 30-15, Djokovic serving second serve though. Does Federer step in, try and attack? I think so. He's made the return. Big forehand. Federer's on top here and he's hit a winner forehand. That's more like it. That's what he should have been doing. That's more like it. That was a huge forehand. I think he's just getting his frustrations out a little bit. He's like, you know what? If I go down, I'm going to go down ripping the ball, and that's the right way. Just go for it, Rog. Wow. 30 all. Could this be the biggest comeback of Roger Federer's career? 2 sets to love down, 5-3 down. Against Djokovic in form, injured. And he just starts stepping in, adrenaline takes over, and he just comes back. Imagine that. Imagine the story. He'd go down in history. Like he's made ridiculous escapes in the last 2 matches he's played. But I think not to be. He just made a return, short return for Djokovic. Djokovic came in and put the ball away, 40-30. 5-3 up, 40-30 to Djokovic. Djokovic serving for the match point. Match point. I think big serve now from Djokovic. Federer goes to shake the hand. That's how I see it. Oh, he's missed the serve. Come on, Rog. Comeback time. This is it. Roger comes back. Match point down again. He's been here before this tournament. He comes back. He wins the match. Not to be. Federer has missed it.
He's unbeaten.
So Djokovic.
Against Federer at the Australian Open.
So now Djokovic still hasn't beaten him at a Grand Slam since 2012.
He's extended his own record. He's
Wow.
into an 8th final.
Djokovic is in the final. Who's he going to play? Team
Just a superb
or
performance. Really. I
Zverev?
think Federer had his chances. 5-2 in the first set. Serve for the first set
Wow.
and 5-3.
I feel sorry for Federer. I just don't.
During the second and third sets,
He
played as good a
had that
tennis as I've
chance
ever seen
in
him
the
play
first set,
here
but
at the Aussie Open.
if he's injured, right? But again, as I say, had he won that set, maybe he would have been a little bit more up for it. Adrenaline would have kicked in. He would have taken over, and he would have got through it, maybe. But he'll be frustrated with the way he played when he was 4-1 up in the first set, and then since then, I don't think he really had a chance. Just he didn't really have the fitness levels. He couldn't play. To me, it's sad, but he couldn't play. It wasn't It wasn't a classic.
Time the two of them have met, and Novak Djokovic is through to another final here at the Australian Open. In-game chat and much.
And the fact, like now, also Djokovic, he, you know, look at Rafa losing to a team, right? The next generation player. Federer injured, getting older. I feel like Djokovic is the only one out of the three kind of flying the flag still. I know we've also got Rafa, who's always going to be dangerous on clay. He's always going to challenge. Well, he's, you know, I don't see him losing a French Open at the moment until he's 60 years old. So he's got a few more on him on that. But I think Djokovic, I don't see many people at the moment, the kind of form that he's in, beating him, just because he's been playing amazing and he's made so many improvements to his game still. His serve has got so much better than it used to be. So he's playing a lot better than he was. Whereas I think both Rafa and Roger perhaps have slightly got worse. And I think Djokovic has improved. So I think now, for me, Djokovic is the clear favorite for the year to get the most slams this year. And there's still 3 more slams this year. If he wins this one, that's 17 slams that he's got. Then if he wins 2 more, say if Nadal takes French Open, then he'll be on 19, Rafa will be on 20, and Federer will be on 20. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy the match? What did you think of the match? Have you followed our channel, Love Tennis? If you haven't done so already, then you should do. You should follow us. We've got, and also follow our other channel, Top Tennis Training. Look it up. That's where we do our tennis tutorials, so tennis coaching. At the moment, it's hopefully going to be the biggest one in the world soon. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. So being here with me, it was a pleasure to watch the match with you. We should do this again sometime. Would you like to do it again sometime? Maybe go onto our website, lovetennis.com. Become a subscribe or enter your email, and hopefully I'll notify you if I do another one of these. If you enjoyed it, then I would come back and watch some other matches with you, and maybe we'll get a little group live stream going where we'll all watch the same stream. If some of you didn't have access to a live stream, I think it'll be good to have you all watching together, and I think it'll make a nice little community for us to watch some matches together. I'm definitely up for it if you guys are, and we can analyze some matches, hopefully get some stats up of the matches as well. Let's have a look at the stats for this match and see just how relentless Djokovic was. So I'm just getting all the stats for the match, from the Djokovic-Federer match. So the final set was 7-6, 6-4, 6-3. So let's have a look at the stats. We've got Federer 15 aces to Djokovic's 11. And don't forget, at the beginning, Federer was killing Djokovic on the aces. He was like 10-4 in the ace count to start with. He made more double faults, so slightly more aces, some slightly more double faults. So he evened out there. So serving-wise, I think they were very similar, both Djokovic and Federer. Federer first serves in 65%. It's acceptable. Anything above 60%, I think, for a pro is good. And Djokovic getting over 70%. He's on 73% first serve, which is even better. So Djokovic really getting a lot more first serves in than Federer. Now, win on first serve percentage, we've got Djokovic winning 73% of his first serves, and Federer winning 66%. Similar percentages there. I understand why Djokovic won more first serves, just because at the end there, Federer was struggling. I think those stats were very different in the first set. In fact, let's pull up the stats on the first set. So yeah, so Federer was winning more on the first serve than Djokovic, but throughout the match, I guess it evened itself out because Djokovic, just started dominating. Second serve win percentage, 54% to 42%. Again, just on the second serves, whenever they got into those long rallies, because Federer was injured, I feel like that's the percentage. Net points won. Interesting, Djokovic won 92% of his net points. Although there were fewer of them, he won most of them. I guess that's because he's coming in to put balls away, whereas Federer kind of tried to force it a little bit more, and he won 67% of them. Winners, Federer 46 winners to Djokovic's 31. So more winners from Federer. Again, I think most of those probably came in the first set where he was just going for it and things were going his way. But I think Djokovic kind of caught up by a lot more unforced errors, so 35 unforced errors. And I think at the end there is when he mostly showed, because that's where kind of Federer started missing a bit. He knew he had to force play and he started missing much more. Total points won, 113 to 93. So 20 points more. Djokovic won, which is, I guess, the result there. Yes, it's as expected. First serve speed average. So Djokovic at 120 miles per hour average first serve speed, which is much more than 182 of Federer. So first serve speed much higher average for Djokovic. Similar fastest serve, 206 and 200 by both, but first serve average, Djokovic is much higher. And interesting, actually, Djokovic's first serve average is the fastest serve that Federer has served in the whole match. So just shows you how big Djokovic is actually serving. Okay, great rendezvous. It was great having you. Hope you join us again. It was a pleasure, and hopefully we can do this again and watch another match. And now, second serve average speed, again higher from Djokovic, and actually slightly lower than what we've seen before. So second serve speed average was exactly 100 miles per hour for Djokovic, very similar as Federer. I think I've seen him before have even higher second serve average. So yeah, all in all, Djokovic dominated the match. Federer didn't look like he was in the best physical condition because he was, I guess, injured from his previous match. Had a chance in the first set, didn't take them. He had the break points, and he had the deuce easy volley to give himself another break point, which he missed. Djokovic somehow scrambled back, got back into the match, won that set. And I think when Federer went down in the second, he realized that maybe he can't, with his physical shape, he can't possibly come back from 2 sets to love down with in-form Djokovic. But he did play that drop shot on break point down, 5-4 down, second set, break point down, played that drop shot, which I thought maybe wasn't the best decision from him. So ended up losing the set, and I think that the match followed from there. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to sign off now. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to both our channels, Top Tennis Training and Love Tennis. It's been a pleasure.